Greetings, fellow citizens. I am the Senate Dude, and welcome back to Greedfall. When we last left off, we fought a very disgusting looking monster that looked like a witch that was turned into a giant blob thing. I really don't know how to explain it, but that just seems what happened to be what happened. Jeez. Anywho, we are going to head back into the thing here. And we are going to continue our little journey. Except we are going to replace Kurt with Petrus. Coins and some ammo. Coin guard. Sarde residence. It is over here. We'll go there, grab Petrus there, and we'll question him. Why is my house right next to the governor's mansion? Oh, hello. Alright, let's get Kurt off, because I want to keep Vasco for now. Alright, let's go.
What can I do for you?
I had a meeting with Admiral Cabral concerning what we found in those ruins. She said she was bound by a pact that kept her from answering questions on the subject.
The Nauts are nothing more than mercenaries of the oceans. I suppose that she wants something in exchange.
Effectively. She told me that her men posted at San Mateus met with some problems, and she advised me to speak to you. Does that make sense?
I believe I see what the Admiral is speaking about. Or rather, who? A few of our zealous brothers are overcome by their faith. You already witnessed it for yourself at San Mateus. They look with a wary eye at all those who do not swear faith to Thélème, and refuse to express their faith openly. It is possible they have decided to target the Nauts. We will need to speak with those on Thélème lands. And of course, seek out the Bishop Domitius.
Bishop Domitius.
I'll see you later, Father.
Take care, my child.
Alright, so we'll travel with Petrus now for a little bit. And we'll also travel with Vasco's because he's a Naut. And I think this will look good for the Nauts. Alright. First, I want to go back to Tir Dab and talk to Father Justinius. Alright, side quest. Alright. Trouble in Eden. Father Justinius. So we'll go there, we'll talk to Father Justinius. Let's go back into the Sarde residence, and we will travel using the globe that's in there. There we go. The track now, it should tell us where to go, like here. Father Justinius is down there. We'll follow this path down there and we will lead us to him. Petrus ought to know what to do. After that we'll take Kurt back and then replace Vasco. I love the decisions I get to make in this game. And its world is pretty good too. Like, they got a good world here going. And as I've mentioned probably 100 times before, a good premise for this world. Oh, there's a camp spot we can make here. that's all the camps that we can set up here. Oh, and there's like a...
What an astounding place.
It is the village of Eden the Cardinal Mother told you about. The place where natives and priests live together. I must admit that I'm curious to see it.
All that's left to do is to find Father Justinius.
Justinius. Alright, that's apparently how you pronounce it. There's 3 of these. Alright. Contract. Traveler's Grave. We'll do these someday. So, this is a new place. Huh. Missionaries' quarters, office, chief layer's abode. Wow. Looks nice. Let's talk.
Welcome to Eden, the lighthouse of faith, harmony, and civilization in these wild lands.
Thank you. De Sardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
And I am Father Justinius. Delighted. And what may I do for you?
Ask him about the stolen tablets.
The Mother Cardinal has asked me to investigate the theft of these tablets you discovered.
That's excellent news. The loss of the tablets is a catastrophe. We have to find them at all costs. If you want to learn more about these tablets, you should go ask Sister Eugenia. She supervises the theologians who discovered them, and were also guarding them. You should find her a bit further in the village, with her colleagues.
Who are the suspects of this theft?
The heretical brutes of the village of Vedlug most likely had a hand in this. They must have wanted to please the demons they worship by stealing the holy word from us.
How could they have learned of the tablet's existence?
Perhaps the demons are giving them this power. Unless one of the natives living in the village innocently mentioned them. They are so naive. Either way, I am certain that the heretics are involved in this matter.
Alright.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
Learn about
I
this.
wonder what really happened when the missionaries came to settle here.
It all seems a bit too convenient. If we find out some information about the history of Eden, maybe we'll change our view on things. The theft of the relic is probably not a coincidence.
Well, let's learn the history, shall we? If we can. Alright, we gotta talk to him again.
Father,
I'm glad to see you, my child. What can I do for you?
Ask about the creation of the village of Eden.
tell me about how you created this village.
We did not create it from the ground up. It was built around an existing native village. The islanders called it Vixenagad, which translates to the village of the old sage. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably chosen this name in memory of Saint Matthias, and everything here fit the description of Saint Lucius. The discovery of the tablets proved us right. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here, in the spirit of peace and harmony which is described in the scriptures.
Alright, the diversity of the people in the village.
Why share this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing. By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
Alright, the relations with the natives living in the village.
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those who stayed are on the path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias. That helped to convince them.
Alright. Did I get this already?
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those who stayed are on the path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias. That helped to convince them.
Alright.
And how well have neighboring villages welcomed you?
With some reluctance, to be perfectly honest. So, we sent them missionaries. There are still frequent conflicts with the village of Vedlug, a highly violent village of heretics. But the other villages, the more peaceful ones, are slowly starting to listen to the sacred word.
There is something strange here.
It often takes time for the people of the continent to get used to our paradise, but I am sure you will come to appreciate it.
Alright, let's leave.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
Okay. We gotta learn more about the story of Eden. So we'll go next to the village. This native chief who has apparently made friends with Taleme. Chief Blair's abode. Hold on, wait, let's first loot his place. Gold coins, magic potion, ammo, and hoof fungus. Pardon me, my good man. Alright, let's talk to him.
Hello. I am Lair, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of this village.
Hello. Desade. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onol Manawi among the Logead Blau. I did not know that. What do you want from me?
Ask about Eden.
I've heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
Ask about the arrival of Talene.
Tell me about the arrival of the people of Taleme, and how you received them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the Lloyd and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
Ask how the conversions took place.
The priests told me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long as we refused to listen to them, they were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone. Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. But we do not forget our spirits.
Ask about the discovery of the tablets.
One of the theologians told me that you had helped them in their research.
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthias, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything, because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone, I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
Ask about what happened with the warriors.
What happened to your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join Vedlug. perhaps they have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course, and the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men, perhaps wiser than they are.
Alright, let's go.
I have to go.
Like so many others.
Alright, let's go. We're done here, gentlemen. Alright, there's 2 more. Alright, we got 2 more, looks like priests here. Brother Virgil.
I am busy. If you have questions, go see Sister Eugenia. She's our supervisor.
Whatever.
Hello. The Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
Ask her to talk about Eden's creation.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village had been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings. And then I stayed.
Alright. Ask her how the natives reacted to their arrival.
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Matthias. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
Were there any confrontations?
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful.
Alright.
Thank you.
Let's see
I
what
will
we
let
can
you
do
work.
Alright. Talk.
I am busy. If you have questions, go see Sister Eugenia. She's our supervisor.
Can I kill this guy? No, I can't kill him. Alright, well. Alright, let's talk to her now.
Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were supervising the theologians here.
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Ask her who she suspects of being the thief.
Whom do you suspect of being the thief?
Alas, I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics. Some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us. Or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Alright, ask her where the tablets were.
Where were the tablets the night they were stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Matthias later. But first, we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to. But I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
Ask her who was guarding them?
I imagine someone was keeping watch over them.
Of course, we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken the task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
Alright, let's go.
Thank you. I will let you work.
Alright, you gonna talk now? Yeah, you are.
Greetings, Desade. I am handling the investigation into the theft of the tablets. Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
Intuition, motherfucker.
You talked about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light. The island belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Ptolemy, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
If your superior's Domitius, you are a member of the Ordo Luminis. I did not expect to find one of its members side by side with the missionaries. They usually do not get along.
The Order goes everywhere the light needs to be revealed.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it.
Ask him about his relations with the natives.
How are your relations with the natives?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias, but they were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors, and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't mind.
Of course. According to your colleague,
Not just yet,
you were
bud.
the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
Ask him about the night of the theft.
What can you tell me about that night? Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I have no idea. The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
Ask him if he suspects of someone. If he suspects of someone.
Do you
Fucking
suspect anyone in particular?
Not really. What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit. All that matters to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
Ask him about possible involvement of the natives.
Do you think the culprit could be a native?
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't many other settlers around here, and the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter, anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. Our actions on this island are justified. To keep rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create more tensions with the natives.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things.
Alright, well,
I will leave you to your work.
I think it was him.
Goodbye. I
he's
knew
talking-
that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
I find it regrettable that my colleagues aren't more honest when it comes to history. Nothing solid has ever been built on lies.
Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur.
Alright, let's go. I wonder where we could look for.
There is only one entrance and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
Brother Virgil can't have cared less about these relics. He must have fallen asleep on duty. And then, someone must have just stolen the keys from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened, but someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
So, we have to find their accomplice, the one that informed them, and who must be in the village.
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village, family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who is close to the exiles, and enough about the researchers to inform them.
Alright, talk to Lur. Got him. Oh shit.
Protect me in this battle.
Oh.
Poison on my blade.
Oh shit. Ow.
Let's see if you can ward off this fight.
Ow.
May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see if you can ward off this.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Got him.
Let's see if you can ward off this fight.
Alright, they're all dead. Good job, boys. Alright, let's talk to the village chief again. I love these designs that they did for their natives. They did a good job, I have to say. All the time and effort they did for this. I mean, I wish the building layouts could be different, but whatevs.
You have returned on Almanawi. Do you need something else?
Talk to him about the stolen tablets.
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
You may be right, but you may also be wrong.
Let's do it.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I have, how do you think they will interrogate you?
You're probably right.
Yes.
The Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer. I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, Why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village. He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a mother who acted according to her son's wishes.
I have no intention of hurting her, but things may not be so simple when it comes to her son.
Alright, let's talk to Vinwall.
I have to go.
Like so many others.
Alright, jeez, dude. Don't even be mad every time I leave. Windwall up there.
Renaigse.
They also do good language construction. Tolkien would be proud. And here she is, right here. Let's talk.
Greetings. Are you Vindwal?
Bertir Tumad. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
Ask her about Blair.
What can you tell me about Lair, your former leader?
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, not me. Everything he did to save the village. But I think the Mind Shakers made him forget what we are. He almost speaks like them now.
Accuse her of stealing tablets. Okay.
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of Saint Matthias.
No, this is not true. It wasn't me.
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who had to leave the village.
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
Tell her that her help would allow the thieves to be spared.
The only means of alleviating the situation with Thélème is to give the priests their tablets back. So, if you don't want your son to suffer their wrath, it would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the exiles are hiding in the woods, beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the tablets away from them without being seen, do not take the path on the left. It is riddled with traps. And please, do not hurt my son.
You got it. Alright, so don't take the path on the left, is what she said. So it must be this path. That's the path on the left. Gotta go that way. Go that way. Let's roll, boys. If only I had a horse I could ride, like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey or The Witcher. Cheered up. Oh, can't go up here. There's a path right here. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Piece over there. Oh shit, what are these things? Switch weapons. Switch.
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Alright, yeah, we gotta run. No point of fighting these enemies. Too much armor. pass goes down. Alright, here's the pathway.
Here's the place that Vindwal indicated. The exiles must be near.
These people have been banished already. There's no need to add death to their list of punishments. Let's try not to fight them.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
In that case, we should avoid taking the left path. If I remember correctly what that woman said, it's booby-trapped.
That's what we're doing. Yep, there's natives right there. Ha! That was easy.
There, we found them. Now all that's left to do is to return to Eden.
Back to Eden. That woman will be happy to know that we did not kill her son. Alright, we are done. Oh! Hello. Gosh dang it, that face paint scared me.
What are you doing here?
I was worried for my son. I wanted to make sure that everything was fine.
I think so. I managed to retrieve the tablets discreetly.
I am glad to hear that you managed to retrieve them. I will go talk to my son now. He needs to stop seeking revenge and find a new clan.
That would indeed be wiser. Vengeance has no positive repercussions.
Hey, +1 reputation with the natives. Let's go back and get some with Taleme. I really love being the good guy. Run! Run! Oh shit. Ow! Whoa! Knocked me all the way over there. Alright, let's go. Whew. Alright, we got the tablets. Let's get back. Oh yeah, I was supposed to go to the Sister Eugenia. Let's heal up.
I retrieved your relics.
Thank you. Thank you immensely. Thanks to them, we will be able to continue our research on St. Matthias.
I am curious to know who is responsible for this theft. The culprit must be brought to justice.
I do not want to point the finger at anyone. You have your relics back, and that's the only thing that matters.
Your indulgence honors you. But how can we be certain that these thieves will not strike again if they are not punished?
A good start would be to keep a better watch on the priceless treasures that you find.
In any case, you would do well to keep a better watch on your discoveries in the future. You should also pay more attention to those who share this village with you. This theft would never have happened had you truly been in harmony with the natives.
But that is precisely what we desire more than anything. We may have been a bit clumsy in the beginning, but we'll make sure to improve things in the future. You really were a great help. I would be most grateful if you agreed to continue helping us.
I might come back at some point, but alas, I'm very busy.
Naturally. Either way, we are certainly capable of continuing our research without you.
Actually, I must go back to my work. Our next expedition must depart as soon as possible.
Your next expedition?
Our brave researchers must continue to follow the tracks of our founder on this island. In the meantime, here, take this as a token of gratitude for the help you gave us.
Thank you. I hope your expedition will be a success.
Heyo. Wait for the results of the research. Alright, we'll wait, but until then, we got to go somewhere. We're supposed to go to San Mateus, and we're gonna go to get to some notes over there and see what we can do. Here we are, back at the Desarde Residence. Alright, let's go to Commander Fernando. Talk to... Oh shit. Have we even explored this whole place? Not really, no, but we will. Don't worry about it.
Come closer. Don't hesitate.
Harbor Street, Port Quarter. Good thing we brought Vasco with us. Alright, let's talk.
Hello, sir. You are from the congregation, are you not?
Indeed. Desarde. Your admiral has sent me here.
Pleasure. You may call me Fernando. I am the port commander here. What might I do for you?
Alright, ask about the problems with the extremists.
Your admiral informed me that you've been having problems with a few citizens of Teleme. What more can you tell me?
Problems, huh? We're up to our necks and sinking with problems. Yeah, I even received threats to my own person. One of those high and mighty long robes dared walk upon my docks with talk of burning me at the stake. Burning me? Then two of my men up and disappeared, and I do not believe in coincidence. I wanted to ask for help from the Mother Cardinal, but she did not answer my requests for an audience. The games of politics are not my forte, and investigations even less so. Find my men. I implore you. More questions?
No.
Thanks. I've got everything I need.
Fernando and the Admiral are close. When she was captain, he was her chief mate. She trusts him completely. That's why she put him in charge of the management of the port of San Mateus.
We should talk to some other sailors at the port. If some of their comrades have also disappeared, they may be able to give us some information.
Let's do it. Investigate the missing notes. talk to this man.
Good day. I'm looking for several sailors. Some naughts that disappeared a few days ago.
Sorry, that doesn't ring any bells. But I did hear talk like everyone else on the port, but that's all. You should ask the Mage Inquisitors who have taken up lodgings here of late. They must have certainly seen something. We see them everywhere, and they spend their time spying on all that moves, especially eyeing all that the Naughts are up to.
And what do these Mage Inquisitors look like?
They wear a very peculiar symbol.
We cannot question all the Inquisitors roaming around the island.
Alright. Not longshoremen.
Good day. I'm looking for two men, Naughts, that went missing a few days ago. Do you know anything about them?
Why? As a matter of fact, I do. 3 or 4 days ago, I was at the tavern having a conversation with a sailor. A nice fellow. He was telling these stories. He was drinking hard. He went outside for a moment to... you can imagine. And well...
Barf.
He never came back. He wasn't that drunk to have passed out. If it were that, we would have found him. No. Something happened to him. That's a fact. But I would be at a loss to tell you what.
If one of the sailors disappeared as he came out of the tavern, that is where we should go. If we find Inquisitors there, they'll certainly know more than the ones we see here.
Alright, let's go. Find the missing notes. Oh shit. Other side. Controlled by knots. Can't go back there. Can't kill any knots because I did that in the first episode. I killed a bunch of knots, but that was before we became friends with Vasco. And I don't think Vasco needs to know that we killed a couple of his men and can't go in there. Thought we were able to. Pouring some ammo.
We're approaching the tavern.
If we want to eavesdrop on conversations, we should be discreet.
You again. Why am I not surprised to see you implicated in this story of surveillance?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A witness told me that you and others of your order seemed to be spying on all comings and goings in the port. 2 Naughts were captured not long ago. You had to have seen something.
You are mistaken, my son. You've been misinformed.
I really either want to allow Petrus or do this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I pick you, now let's go.
You know I have Mother Cardinal's ear. Is she aware of your initiatives?
I do not appreciate this attempt at intimidation. But very well. Since you insist. These Naughts were arrested. We were forced to interrogate them to bring to light their pagan rituals.
It wasn't a sanctioned arrest, was it?
No. The Mother Cardinal is not aware. Not yet. But as soon as we have succeeded in making them talk and they have confessed their heresy, she...
Of course. Where did you take them?
The Coin Guard has lent us their jails and some men. We do not normally like to call upon the services of these brutes, but we have need of their skills and discretion.
These Inquisitors really don't realize the consequences of their actions. We will have to proceed with caution.
Alright, so the Coin Guard is involved in this. That's a plot twist, and Speaker Aloysius was actually more scared. I thought he was about to piss his fucking pants. Coin Tavern.
A feast for the eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's free. Come and see me as soon as you have made your choice. You won't be disappointed. Of that, I assure you. Come on.
Okay. Oh, there's a door right there. We'll go through it. Had to go through the fucking brothel. Coin Guard Barracks.
Halt! You have no authority to go any further.
Bribe him, break through, or leave. We'll bribe him.
And if I gave you this, so that you might go and have a little fun?
In that case, I could certainly look the other way for a while. But be discreet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for getting us out of there.
Those Inquisitors are completely mad. They tortured us. They wanted us to admit to all manner of horrors. Stories of some demonic cult and curses of Malachor. I was of the firm belief that they were going to kill us. But you must make haste. They are planning some sort of wickedness.
They spoke of a great purification. And after that, they did this to us. It doesn't bode well, not at all. I heard them talking about their headquarters near the palace. Maybe you'll learn something there of interest. Thank you again for freeing us. We'll be able to make it back to port on our own.
We need to discover what is behind this talk of purification, before they can execute their plan. We should go see this Domitius after all. What he will tell us may help us understand.
Alright, let's leave. Alright, let's talk to Bishop Domitius. And then after we're done with him... probably end the video. Oh shit, where am I going? I'll tell you where I'm going, not in the right direction. Just gotta head down that path. Shit. St. Lucius Church Street. Thing's still there. I think we should tell the Mother Cardinal what Bishop Aloysius is doing.
do you want from me, my son?
Sir de Sardet, emissary of the congregation.
Ah, the congregation still has the uncanny gift of surprising us. I am Bishop Domitius. I represent the Ordo Luminous on the island. What can I do for you?
Speak about relations with the Nauts.
I believe you have a few problems with the Nauts who reside in the port.
We have problems with all matter of heretics, my son. And of course the pagan Nauts would be among them. They are very secretive, and have all sorts of strange rituals that they keep to themselves under cloak of mystery. The sorcery they employ to guide their ships is drawn from nature, just like the sorcery used by the natives. And to top it all off, and this is where it stings, we suspect them to be at the origin of the Malachor.
Whatever do you mean? How?
Have you ever once crossed paths with a Naut suffering from the Blood Plague? Why are they spared? The only logical reason is that they are at its origin, calling upon various cursed rituals. It's as simple as day. I am certain that we will find clues of their rituals and their pagan idols in their stockhouses in the port.
What a nest of absurdities.
What other reaction would you expect from those responsible for the curse that afflicts us?
Very well. Let's just agree that these rumors need to be verified.
Anything else?
No. Let's go. Well, Domitius made some very serious claims. And hold on 1 second. Alright, well, we'll have to investigate those secrets later. In episode 14. Until now, we end with these beautiful buildings here. Thank you all for watching. I yield the floor.